Welcome back to the studio. My name's Gothic Arch, creator of Blue Phoenix. Today, finally, I get this Obi-Wan Kenobi video out. This is my second attempt at doing this Obi-Wan Kenobi video because really all of the negativity around Obi-Wan has really gotten me down. It really is disappointing to see what Disney has done to the fandom as far as dividing us and making us talk about disgusting topics like racism, which they kind of force you to do, because if you just ignore it, then basically you're the one that's racist. So I'm going to answer the question, is Obi-Wan good? Is Kenobi good? I wanted to wait to make this video until I saw the whole thing, because I was kind of seeing, a trend where people kind of freak out about things, and then later on it turns out it's not true, like how the Grand Inquisitor died and that's not canon. Well, I kind of figured that they'd bring him back somehow, even though he did get stabbed in the stomach. Apparently lots of people can survive stabbings in the stomach in this show, but poor Qui-Gon, he didn't. He's the only one that didn't survive a stabbing. Let's talk about the good things first. The good things that really made all of the garbage worth watching was pretty much the only scenes that I enjoyed were the scenes with Kenobi and Vader together. And even though there were some parts of it that didn't make sense, those were really the best scenes. Those were the scenes that all the fans were watching to see. And unfortunately, they made the rest of the show about other characters, about Rebels that we just don't care about. We don't care about Rebels. We care about Jedi. We care about the characters that we used to love, that we grew up watching, and that is Kenobi and Vader. The writing in this show was just, I don't know what they were thinking. It's like they were like, okay, we need them to get from this point to this point. Oh, I forgot this. And it's like they went back and wrote things like the laser gate, how they could have just walked past it. Like, oh, there's so many things, like when Obi-Wan gave his lightsaber and communicator to that guy who may or may not be a Jedi, and he dropped it out of his pocket. Like, things just happen by chance in this show. I understand that the audience has to have that suspension of disbelief, but too many things just happen by chance, and that really took me out of the story. I would say Kenobi is better than Book of Boba Fett. At least the Book of Boba Fett was semi-coherent. We could follow the story and a lot of it made sense. But the writers and director of Kenobi really don't understand Star Wars at all. It just didn't seem like they cared about this show as much as other things, It seems like they just didn't really give a shit about the show or about, story. Of course, we all know by now that they're not writing Star Wars for the fans anymore. There was some fan service at the end. I feel like the show breaking plot points were whenever Vader just let Obi-Wan go because there was a wall of fire there. That was unbelievable. I was just like, all right, cool. And then at the end, whenever Kenobi let Vader live again, why would he do that whenever Vader's been causing so much mayhem and death and carnage and hunting down Jedi still, and also still hunting Luke? Vader's still gonna go after Luke Skywalker, and his job is to protect Luke, and he just let Vader live, even though he said, my friend's truly dead. Just kill him. I don't understand. He's made that mistake before. He let Anakin live, but now he's just gonna let Vader go. It didn't make any sense. All the actors were great. There were some cringy parts, but I have nothing to complain about the actors for. It was great seeing Ewan McGregor back. It was great seeing Hayden Christensen back. I could really see on screen that they did enjoy being back as those characters, and it really brought a smile to my face. That part when Obi-Wan escaped the rocks and he was he had all the rocks lifted up and he was like, it was freaking awesome. I was like, man, that was really the best part of the whole show. I feel like for me, it was it really did take me back to my childhood. And that's the problem. I think that there was only one good thing that I got, all warm and squishy about, was that one part. And that's because the writing sucked and the direction of the show sucked. You know how when you get a bag of chips and it looks like a big bag and it looks full, but then you open it and like only the bottom quarter is full of chips? That's pretty much what this show was like. It was like opening up that bag of chips and having all the chip air like burst in your face, and then you finally get to enjoy the chips. I feel like that's what it was like, and I feel like they tried to stuff the good stuff in to the last episode. Like Qui-Gon got like one line. Qui-Gon Jinn could have been through the entire show. It could have been, it could have been a lot of things, but instead, we got characters that we don't care about. It really did break canon, like having Leia go on this adventure with Obi-Wan and her knowing him, and that would have been a huge part of her life, and she would have remembered him. And in A New Hope, whenever, he died to Vader, I feel like she would have had more of a reaction than just consoling Luke. Yeah, it was insane seeing Qui-Gon again. They could have made this show something else, man. So I want to talk about the controversy surrounding the show that Disney and the media are really pushing on the fans to divide us and to make, older fans like myself and you, if you're watching this video, probably should try to turn us into something that we're not. And there was a big controversy. I'm sure you've heard of it. Moses Ingram, she got a death threat and some disgusting racist comments. It seems like a lot of articles in the media and some of the actors from the show came out and said, these Star Wars fans are racist. Basically, the fans that didn't like Reva are racist. That's a very easy way to shut down critics of the show because, hey, you're racist. And the fans aren't racist. Those were lunatics sending messages to her, and every star gets them. And I saw a huge outpouring of support from Star Wars YouTube channels, including Star Wars HQ, and saying that this is wrong. There's so many racists around, and just like the show and like Reva, where were they whenever Gina Carano was getting death threats and called all kinds of names online? Yes, I have the image of a lot of the tweets compiled together from Data Racer. I think it is Data Racer. He compiled a bunch of the tweets that Gina Carano got, and where was the support? Where was the tweet from Star Wars when she was getting death threats and called all kinds of names? It wasn't there because there's a clear political agenda going on, and Disney can't handle criticism because they just don't care enough about their IP, Star Wars, to actually invest the time to make something good, to actually write a good show. Seeing all those news articles and seeing, Ewan McGregor come out and have to talk about racism, and seeing the war against the fans and Disney and the media really did get me down. Like, I was ready to make a video about Kenobi whenever the show came out, but all this stuff really, it's really disheartening. And now I feel like Kenobi has been unfairly targeted by a lot of people who might not really even care about Star Wars and saying, fuck Disney, why would you give Disney money? Star Wars is important to fans like me. I've been a Star Wars fan all my life, and Obi-Wan is one of my the on-screen heroes. Of course I'm going to watch the damn show. I feel like people that did enjoy the show, or at least most of the show, are kind of too afraid to come out and say that they enjoyed it, because they'll get backlash then from the Disney haters, which, fuck Disney, but they own this property and they're making stuff and they're bringing original characters back. So of course people are going to watch it, and they're going to want to see, you know, their heroes on the big screen again, which is totally understandable. And yes, there were some good parts of Kenobi that I really did enjoy watching. I feel like Kenobi was better than The Last Jedi. I thought that it was going to turn into like a Last Jedi situation with Kenobi being like Luke Skywalker. They might have tried to do that if they didn't have to keep Kenobi alive. I was a little bit worried about him staying like a coward and hiding away and not wanting to fight, but he did come back at the end and become the hero. So is Kenobi good? Kenobi, the character and the actor, yes, Kenobi's good. The show, what can I say about the show? It was mostly crap with some good parts in there, you know? I don't know what else to say. It's really hard to mess up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, even though you might mess it up. You might put disgusting jam, there's still that good peanut butter in there. I don't know why I'm talking about food so much. I must be hungry. I don't know what's going on. I would say yes. I enjoy parts of it, of course. And how about we keep this positive? Let me know in the comments what the best part of the show was. How about that? Because there's a lot we could talk about that was the worst parts of the show. But yeah, I'm trying to stay more positive. I'm not going to let these entertainment journalists dictate how I feel about something. I'm not going to let them call me names and make me turn my back on Star Wars. I'm not going to turn my back on it. I'm here to stay. I'm sorry, Disney, but you know, fans like me are here to stay, and I'm going to keep criticizing things that need to be criticized, and I will keep enjoying the things that I want to enjoy. Let me know what you thought of Kenobi in the comments. I am excited to see what you have to say about it, because I know a lot of places like Twitter, you can't really say what you think, but we say what we want here. So post in the comments what you think, and yeah, I'll read them all. And anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.